I'm guessing most of us would love the luxury of having our very own personal life coach, right? Someone who could guide you through the confusion, the self doubt, the overthinking, and just tell you what to do next. You know, what I've learned after years of coaching over 7,000 online students on Udemy and doing my own self work. No one knows you better than you. And yet we all have this innate desire to find the answers we're craving, not from our own inner wisdom, but from out there, from a friend, from a self help book, from a psychologist, from years or months of therapy. And for anyone who has been through months or years of therapy, if you're really honest, who came up with the answers to your problems? The guidance, the next steps. You did. And whilst having a great coach, a therapist, a mentor can absolutely change your life, it is a bit of luxury. And most of us just don't have the funds, especially for long term. So, what's the next best thing? The most powerful thing you can do is learn how to coach yourself to become your own biggest supporter, your own truth teller, your own accountability partner. But where do you start? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that with the knowledge and practice I gained in Dubai from a life coach expert, Robert Simic. So you're going to learn how to ask the right questions, stay true to your values, and consciously self-correct so that you are writing the next chapter to your life rather than allowing life and other people to decide for you. So let's begin. Step 1, awareness. Every transformation begins with awareness. Before you can change anything in your life, you have to wake up from all of those automatic patterns that are running it. Most of our waking life is lived on autopilot. We pretty much have the same thoughts, the same emotional reactions, the same behaviors, all firing from deeply wired neural programs in our body and in our brain. Awareness is when you interrupt that cycle. So each and every day, give yourself a few quiet minutes, no phone, no noise, no distractions, and turn your focus inwards. And ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What thoughts have I been repeating that no longer serve who I'm becoming? And what emotions have I been addicted to? Stress, worry, resentment that keeps me reliving the past. When you ask questions like this, you're activating your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that lets you observe rather than react. You step out of the program and into a more conscious, aware state. And this is where you start seeing your patterns clearly without all of the judgment. And that's the first insight to change. Carl Jung said it beautifully. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Step 2 is reprogramming your mind. Once you've become aware of what's been automatically running you, the next step is deciding who you want to become. You see, science has proven that around 95% of your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors are completely subconscious. The same loops replaying every single day. So if you want to create change, you can't stay on the same loop of thinking, the same thoughts, having the same feelings, having the same emotions. You have to teach your brain and body something new. So how do we do this? By setting clear intentions. For example, I am patient. I am calm. I exercise every day. I take care of my body. I'm learning a new skill. I'm working towards whatever goal you may have. and see yourself as doing, being, feeling all of these things. Your brain, it doesn't know the difference between what's actually real and what you're vividly imagining. So when you hold a clear vision of the future and feel it in your body as if it's already happening, your brain, it believes you and begins to rewire its own neural networks. Essentially, your new thoughts are physically creating new pathways in your brain. And as a result, your body receives new chemical messages. So naturally, you move out of your old routine behaviors and into new patterns and new habits. And when you catch yourself thinking, I can't do that, or it's too late, pause and ask, is that really true? So write down your new intentions, find a quiet space, close your eyes, and visualize them. Feel them. Because when thought and emotion align, change starts to happen. And that's when you stop reacting to life and you start creating it. Step 3. A great coach doesn't tell you what to do. They help you to find your own answers so you can do that too. Here are some of my favorite self-coaching questions, and I'll post these in the description below. What do I really want? And why do I want it? This question cuts through external expectations and gets to your true desire. It clarifies whether your goals are coming from your heart or they're coming from conditioning. And I find this next question usually to be the most uncomfortable. What am I avoiding and why? Avoidance, it points directly to where you are stuck. Whatever you're avoiding, whether it's a decision, a feeling, a conversation, is often the key to your next level of growth. And a really good way of avoidance is when you hear yourself making excuses as to why you can't do something, why the timing's not right, why you need to make something happen before you can do something else. What story am I telling myself about this situation? And is it true? This question, it shifts you from victimhood to awareness. It exposes your limiting beliefs and opens up new ways of seeing your circumstances. If I fully trusted myself, if I knew I couldn't fail in some way, what would I do right now? So what this does is it bypasses fear and connects you to your intuition. Last one. What's the next small step I can take today? No overthinking, no perfectionism, just momentum. Change, it happens through small, consistent actions, not massive leaps. What is your next small step? Now, if this all sounds a bit too heavy, you can just take 10 to 15 minutes and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Take a few long, slow, deep breaths, maybe closing your eyes, moving your awareness into your body. And once you start to feel calm, present, aware, ask yourself, what do I truly want right now? What's holding me back? What fear is underneath all of this resistance? And if I couldn't fail, what would I do next? Now, if you were with a coach or a therapist, you'd be relaxing back on a sofa and answering the questions with your eyes closed. But because you're asking the questions to yourself, it's super beneficial to write down your answers. As Rumi said, the quieter you become, the more you are able to hear. Self-coaching is how you make the unconscious become conscious. And final thoughts, if you do not have the luxury of your very own guru or life coach, all you need is a willingness to take time out, to ask questions, to listen in silence without judgment, and to act in alignment with your truth. Because the real coach you've been looking for has been inside you all along. And if you only have time for one single question, grab your journal and ask yourself, where in my life am I not being fully true to myself? And it might just be the first step towards real positive change. Take care, my friends. Namaste.